What is your favorite quality about yourself?
It's a very hard question to answer, but I think I'm not afraid to say yes. I've been able to do that. I have a lot of friends who like overthink things consistently.
Yeah.
But I watched my parents like they busted their ass to like make art and in their band and make music, and they had some limitations, and eventually they had to kind of stop. And when I was in high school, my mom was a school bus driver, my dad was laying cable for a phone company, and they taught me everything I know about work ethic and also about like appreciation and gratitude. If I get the chance to go do something artistically, like it almost feels like it's never going to be the wrong thing to do. I had a full-time contract at Universal Studios as the Wolfman, as an example.
Dude.
And then I got an opportunity, or I got an offer to go to Japan for a year. And at the time I was full-time contract at Universal. I had an a cappella group that I still perform with every now and then to this day. Voice Play.
I love that.
Big shout out to Voice Play. Actually,
Voice Play.
Just recorded a song with them for the launch of season 3 of Ginny and Georgia. But, I left them and I left my full-time gig, and I'm 20, 21 making full-time money. Things were good, man.
But you just went with your gut.
I said, I get to go to Japan for 10 months and do a show. Yes. And I came back, and then somebody asked me if I want to go beatbox off Broadway in a show called Toxic Audio. And I said, yes. And all of it led me to where I am.
Isn't that something?
And it's because and almost every time I do something that ends up being a poorer product, whatever, you still can learn almost more from doing something where a lot of things went wrong than doing something where everything went right. So I learned a lot from Friday Night Lights, but I think there's other projects maybe I've done where I've learned just as much about how much I can give, how much responsibility it actually is of my own, because a lot of times it's not, but we wear all of these things. If it's a failure on TV, it get canceled right away. It's a failure at the box office, whatever.
But what did you gain
from
it?
This? Yeah, but what did you gain? And when I look back at like Speed Racer bombed when it first came out, but I learned so much on that. And eventually, I think a lot of us are proven to be right, because now people love the movie. It was just timing. It was just the world.
I've had those
where it was
too.
at the,
all of a sudden, 10 years later, people are like, I love that.
But my personal experience on that, working with the Wachowskis, working with that cast, learning how it all was really done, like
priceless.
I'll never regret that. So,
I love that, man.
Yeah.